This is the Ultra Carbon VOC Enclosure. It captures particulates and VOCs with no outside venting needed. So it's designed for 3D filament printers, resin printers, and crafting such as gluing or painting. This unit captures all the particulates and VOCs emitted from within the enclosure, captures them, and then discharges clean air out into the room that it's in. So this allows for the printing of all filaments, resin printers, and painting and gluing inside a business or a home without having to have the printer or whatever is in the enclosure be out in the garage or having to have it vent outside. It features dual HEPA filters on the inlet, and then it has a powerful fan to move the air and the vapors through the carbon bed. This fan puts out about 10 times the pressure of a normal computer fan. So it's a special fan designed specifically to move air through this carbon unit. It has a large carbon bed, holds about 3 pounds of activated carbon, and that gives it a very high capacity for capturing a lot of VOCs. So it's actually can handle several hundred spools of ABS or other filaments that have a lot of vapor emissions. And more importantly, the large carbon bed gives the vapors the right amount of residence time, contact time with the carbon to properly absorb all the VOCs. Other carbon beds on the market are just a carbon filter. They just have a coating of carbon on the filter, and it doesn't give it enough time to absorb all the VOCs, where this has a huge capacity and the proper amount of residence time. You can see this enclosure is very large, easily fits a bamboo X1 carbon with an AMS unit on top, and the unit can be opened and serviced without having to move it around. No issue. It's very large, and everything is included in the kit. Obviously not the printer, but the enclosure itself and the unit here, all the pieces needed to assemble this unit, as well as the carbon is included, and there is no soldering required to assemble this kit. It's just a few screw terminals for the motor and the power supply. So what happens is the enclosure, once everything is set up, the enclosure is closed, zipped up, but there are some openings or some seams in the enclosure that allow air in. So the unit's turned on, and then it sucks air through the vapors through the dual HEPA filters here, through a fan. The fan's located in this housing right here. And then the vapors come up through carbon bed with 1.5 pounds of carbon on this side, and then goes over and comes down through another 1.5 pounds of carbon on this side, and then out, and then it discharges out through the side of the enclosure. So another nice thing about this design, it really doesn't leak, but if there were to be any air leaks or vapor leaks from the unit, the vapors are still within the enclosure. The other nice thing about this is that it creates a slight negative pressure within the enclosure, so it captures all the vapors. There are, like for the X1 carbon in particular, there are some things out there where it circulates air and vapors through a small carbon bed, much smaller than this. And the issue there is there's nothing creating negative pressure inside the enclosure, and so some of the vapors still leak out, and that doesn't occur with this unit. It's available now at tharptech.com.